Helix, let's go, guys.
What's up, everyone? I'm Helix. Welcome to Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. I am here with a friend, a runner of this game as well, helping me out on commentary.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Shovel Claus. Run this game as well. Also moderator for this game. This game rocks. Good luck keeping up with it because it starts very fast, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it does. I need to start recording in OBS before I forget. So in the rare event that I PB, this can actually be verifiable. Although it is already verifiable, or verified I should say, because you all so generously donated not only to meet the bonus game, but also to meet the stretch goal of custom graffiti. Thank you so much, you will not be disappointed, I promise you that. Yeah, this run is an absolute blast. It is just full of stuff. But I think we can hop right into it. So, on go, 3, 2, 1, go. We're gonna start here in prologue. We're in jail, don't worry about it, we won't be in jail very long. Okay.
I love jail personally. Yeah, we're playing as Pretty
fine.
Boy here. Oh, well, unlucky. Just go ahead and start it. You'll be fine. You can skip your segments. But we start here in prologue as Pretty Boy here. This guy's name is Foe. He will be our main character for all of Chapter 1, assuming things go well, which they should. But we are going to break out of prison with the help of this other person, Trice. A few things to talk about real fast. We're going to do trick combos in order to get boost up. You'll see what that does after this cutscene. Additionally, we will be just going through this little tutorial section and quitting out here in a second. We're resetting the run already. Awesome. This is to manipulate Trice's AI. He has a long path to the room that we're in that we quit out in, but if we quit out, we could just boom out. And then
Here's
we do
what you
some
donated for. Check work.
Yeah, let's go.
You're gonna see a lot of that one.
Yeah, mediums are very common, but that's graffiti. Spraying graffiti is very common in this game. And then we're going to get our skates. We'll talk more about these later because Helix is going to do a thing called Pretty Boy Skip. We're going to slide and at 30 FPS jump out of bounds through that roof, and then instantly we're going to go into a minute-long time save that if we hit it will be pretty epic. If not, we have a backup, but
I'm gonna
hopefully.
take my time with this.
Helix is going to line up here, and then I believe we'll just trick and then pause at the same time.
I moved too far forward.
You moved too far forward.
So that's fine. That's not the end of the world because I did make a backup save exactly for this scenario. I don't really care about PBing because I couldn't get live split to start. I tried enabling hotkeys and that didn't work. I think live split might be crashed because that happens.
Helix live split problems.
Yeah.
What else is new?
So we're gonna load this back up. I will load back into prologue just after collecting the skates, and we're gonna do the whole sequence over again. You get to see it. So nice. You get to see
the
it
first time. You mean you're gonna see this for the
True.
first time? The jump out of the roof. And then Helix is going to run over to here. What we're doing here is actually hitting an out-of-bounds level change trigger. And when we change the level, the game actually fully works still. That looked about right. But yeah, we're going to hit that. Yeah, let's go. That trick is huge. It's very important to hit it because there's an unskippable cutscene immediately after it. But that level change trigger allows us to get into Hideout here. Hideout is supposed to start a ton of cutscenes and dialogue, and a lot of them are unskippable, and there's also a tutorial section. It's all very annoying and very obnoxious. What we just did, though, called PBR, Pretty Boy Revival, because we did PBS, Pretty Boy Skip, earlier, is a way to not do any of that. It's great. What Helix is trying to do here now is clip out of bounds, because getting into Hideout in our glitchy state that we did is going to cause a few problems. The main one is that we actually can't get out of Hideout without clipping out of bounds like this. That jump is a lot trickier than it is.
I don't know why
that
was not working.
I think it was probably your stick angle. I don't know though. That stick angle is very precise, so taking a few times is fine.
But whatever, we're out of there. We're into Matan, and I am actually going to quit the game.
Yeah, this is intentional. Don't worry.
Do not panic. The game was quit intentionally. I have to Alt F4 here because, as a side effect of PBR, the game is basically broken. If I do any graffiti while in that state, the game will soft lock.
And
So
we have to
yeah,
do graffiti to progress the story. We
yeah,
can't avoid that part. So we just restart the game real fast. You remembered slot 3. Let's
I did remember
go.
slot 3.
And we have to
We
do
typically,
graffiti to show off the custom graffiti.
I mean, also
Exactly.
true. But yeah, the PBR breaks a whole lot of things in this game. Most of it is fine. But as a huge side effect of this trick, it completely changes the chapter 1 route. The chapter 1 route becomes, instead of doing a tutorial and going to the intended level, we now are in Matan to Square, and then we'll be in the intended level. So it's gonna get weird.
Yep.
Here in
And
Square, we're gonna go ahead and spray a bunch of graffiti ahead of time. We come back here in the story, you don't have to worry about it too much. But Helix, if you just want to explain the basics of graffiti real fast, I think that'd be good.
yep. So you do graffiti to earn a rep. Each different graffiti size gives you a different amount of rep. So there's 2, 4, 6, and 8 respectively. Like for example, this is a medium. This is going to give me 4 rep. We need 60 rep total here. By the time we revisit, and it's easier to just do it now. Can I get a zip? Yes, I can.
Yeah,
All right. We'll explain that a little bit later, but I'm setting up something called zip storage. Don't worry about it too much.
It's complicated. Don't worry about it.
It's very complicated. We don't have time to explain it.
This game goes too fast for its own good.
This game is downright absurd, and we're talking so much about how absurd it is that we're making it even worse.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, graffiti is very important. It is the key to progressing the story in this game.
That's great.
First.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you for meeting the custom graffiti.
Yeah.
That's
I
okay.
missed that one.
Yeah, thank you so much for the viewers. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a very hard cycle here, so I'll let Shovelclaws carry commentary.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is called Train Route here in Versum, the first intended level that we're supposed to be doing. There are a few routes that we can choose from in order to progress, but the fastest one is this one called Train Cycle. We're gonna talk to Rave here. Rave will spawn a bunch of graffiti on the train that is directly to our right. So immediately after spraying this, we want to spray this graffiti, and then there's one ahead of it. There are actually 2 graffitis ahead of it, but we don't want to spray the furthest ahead one because that will take us back to Rave because it'll complete Rave's quest. Don't worry about it. But we're going to spray all the graffiti on this train, and that gives us a ton of rep for very little commitment.
You
one
just
thing
talked
about
so fast without stumbling. That was impressive.
I know. I don't know how I did it. I do that sometimes. Other times I just stumble over my words a million times. But we're going to spray all that graffiti. That gives us a ton of rep. That rep will be very important for the routing of this.
Okay.
No, fell.
No, it's not a big deal.
I didn't think we were playing Fall Guys, Lamau.
Wah wah. It's fine. It's not a big deal because I can just do this zip instead, zip through the wall, and get to this graffiti. So we need to spray this because this will play a cutscene, and this cutscene is necessary to basically unlock any story progression whatsoever. We needed to get here through this very convoluted way because we came from Square, which is the other side of the map from where we were intended to come from. And so there's normally a wall that prevents us from even getting over there. So we had to find a creative way to get here.
Yeah, the zip there is really tight, and I guess this is a great time to explain what zips are as that little man runs away through the hole, call him a rat. But yeah, the zips that we're doing right here, and what you're about to see right now is called a zip. Zips are huge momentum tricks. The gist of it is that billboards in this game try to correct your position and movement, and by the way they do that, especially if you hit a corner of a billboard, is giving you a ton of speed. But if you jump on the billboard, you're nodding along, so I'm assuming you're understanding. It's helpful. You gotta activate the challenge, Helix.
You're right. Thank you.
But
See, this is what happens when I try to like worry about commentary. This is just
yeah,
so
it's
much
fine. But yeah, so zips, the billboard corrects your speed, but if we're on the billboard for 1 frame, that's right, 1 frame, we get a huge launch off the billboard by the game correcting our speed and position. And that allows us to do what you just saw a bunch there, called a zip. It launches us in the air. It makes this game a really, really impressive speed run. We will see them basically everywhere. We try to fit them in as much as we can.
They're really, really fun.
They're
Okay.
really
I was a
fun.
little slow here.
I remember the first week or so of this game when we discovered this, and they were given a much more cursed name. Everyone in the community was just doing them constantly and uploading clips, and it was like the most brain chemical thing you can do. It's great. But
Oh, I broke
yeah.
that spray. Dang.
No.
A little bit too slow there. Oh,
Yeah,
we have
what
to
can
explain
happen
this.
there? Explain this, God. What can happen there is one of your crewmates, you have two crewmates that run around the level, Bell and Trice. What can happen there is that Bell can hop on that billboard and break that spray, so we have to get a backup for it. We weren't planning on explaining that, so yum,
Yeah,
great.
and then I was slow. 6 zip there, by the way. I love it.
Oh yeah, 6-zip. What we're doing right now, by the way, the basic story progression of the game is that you're supposed to be spraying graffiti and then doing these challenges. These challenges progress the game's story. The first crew we're fighting here is the Franks in Versum Hill, so we'll be doing their challenges and then we just hit them up in a crew battle to take their turf or whatever. But they
So
call
do you
the
mind
fun
if I
crew
jump in
that.
for a moment and do a few donations?
We probably have time for one or two. There's another piece, or
do
only
one,
one.
like, right now.
There's
Yeah,
a
so
text coming up.
Shockwave's in at $10 with the comment of FERT. I think we know what that means by now. And then we have a Soy Milk Latte with $20 in. Get Helix to say trans rights or we trans bites, and I'll donate 5 more.
Trans rights or
that's
trans
easy.
bites? All right, we gotta
Done.
start explaining stuff again because we are coming up on Stonewall. Claus, I know you love explaining this.
Okay, yeah, so we're in a cop fight right now. This first phase is just this little helicopter, and out of the helicopter comes Rietveld. We are supposed to see her in prologue, so this is like a rematch, but she doesn't recognize us. Long story stuff. She's gone. What we do is knock her over, and then run into a corner of the wall. That corner just so happens to be just outside of her nav mesh, and so she can't find us. And as a failsafe of this game, the devs added in an instant stop, fight stop whenever you're out of the Rietveld fight nav mesh, and we call that Stonewall because we knock her over and go into a wall. And it's also appropriate. We are fighting cops, so it makes sense.
I got a CD there. It has no bearing on it
thank
whatsoever.
God.
I just like this song.
The song bangs.
It does.
And we don't hear it. We go too fast. Unfortunate. The game has like mixtapes that it plays, and we go too fast for this song to play in the.
We don't
the
even hear it
mixtape
all
we're in.
here, honestly. But anyway, this
so
is a crew
based.
battle. We have to defeat the score that the Franks get. I have already beaten it. Spoiler alert.
It's
They're
so
not.
easy.
They're not very good. They're too busy balling to put up points. It's alright. Can I?
Yeah,
stand on this billboard?
they are mad b-ballers. They will dunk on you, but they cannot ride a skateboard or a BMX or an inline for anything. But it's fine. Because that gives us more time to explain more stuff. That's right, this game gets more crazy. After this crew battle, we'll be entering into a dream sequence. These dream sequences are supposed to be like little platforming challenges. They're nothing special. Don't worry about the lineup Helix is doing. We'll get there. But there's a trick in this game. We were talking about zips. So the game, as a mistake, oversight in the code, whenever you leave a billboard, will store the speed that you left the billboard at. And whenever you enter onto a billboard, the game gives you that speed for like 1 frame. So if we store a speed from the zip that we've been doing this whole time, and then touch the side of a billboard and do the same thing that a zip does, leave the billboard after 1 frame of touching it, the game gives us that stored speed and allows us to do zips on anything. It is amazing. It revolutionized this game even more than it already has been. It's made tricks like the thing that you're about to see here shortly way easier. Also, small little cute cutscene override here. We're gonna skip cutscene in the future with a cutscene in the present. It's great.
That saves a whopping 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
I mean, it's a free 2 seconds, so you might as well.
It's a free
really
2
not
seconds.
hard.
Yeah. It's so easy. You just stand still. Another great side effect of this trick is that we have a special guest in the cutscene.
Yep. There's 2 reds. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's great. I guess we should point out that we've been playing as Foe from the prologues as a result of PBR, and
why
Red
it's
is
called
what
Pretty
we're
Boy
supposed to be
Revival.
playing as. Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Also,
now we're in a cutscene.
I should mention
Great.
we normally have to mash through these cutscenes, but we recently legalized Turbo. Thank God, my wrists are
based,
very
it's
happy about
great.
that.
Yeah, we just sit here now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We don't even have to have a hand on our controller. It's awesome.
Shout out to the Auto Mash plugin. Shout out to Speedrun Utils, developed by Lume and Ninja Cookie.
They're two of the goats of this game, arguably, just in the development department. They've made great practice tools, and I mean, what you're watching right now is us not having to damage our hands, and it's thanks to them, and also
So-
the rest of the community who voted to legalize it. Bye, Red.
So I wanna hype up Nightmare 1 a little bit more. Previously, before the discovery of zip storage, Nightmare 1 was probably the single hardest trick in this game. It was the only trick that I had never hit even one time.
Yep.
And now I'm consistent at it. That's how much
Yeah.
easier it made this.
Yeah, shout out to Ninja Cookie again, who found zip storage in the first place. We're in the dream sequence now. We are riding down the canals. There's a bunch of lore stuff here. Don't worry about it too much. We just gotta get through it. So we're gonna just do these little boost hops. These boost hops conserve our boost, but also give us a lot of speed. And then we're going to use a stored zip from a previous part of the crew battle in order to hit a zip storage off that, launch ourselves off that ramp, and we're aiming for the stairs here. Aw, just barely.
I
Thankfully,
didn't get a
you
launch
hit
off the stairs, but that's okay. You still got to see most of that
most
skip.
of it skip. Yeah, so if you get the launch off the stairs and go straight up to where you need to be, which is a graffiti up at the top of this tower, we call that a slam dunk. But hey, hitting Nightmare 1 is perfect. You go flying. It makes the sequence so fast and so cool.
So zip storage, unfortunately, does not you do not keep your storage through loading screens. Thankfully, this dream sequence is actually in the same level, just like 2,000 units off in a different direction.
Yeah.
So there
You can
was no
actually
loading
zip
screen.
to it. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was no loading screen, so we got to keep our storage. We will not be able to keep it into the next level, though. But with that, we finally have some cutscenes, so this is a great time for anything the host needs to say.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks so much. Really enjoying this fast-paced run so far. Fastest First Fall Fest 2023 is raising money all weekend long for Trans Lifeline. In addition to their peer support hotline, Trans Lifeline also directly supports trans individuals in need through their microgrant program. This program provides direct financial assistance to those who need to correct names or gender markers on identifying legal documents, to receive gender-affirming hair removal treatment, or to receive basic necessities during and after incarceration. For more information, please visit www.translifeline.org/microgrants. And we do have one more donation that came in from Soy Milk Latte, $10, saying, I lied about the $5.
Oh, let's
So
go.
I'm out.
We love lying.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the donations. This is all going to a very good cause, a cause that is featured as a graffiti in the game. Perfect. Trans Lifeline, known star of Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, as a non-binary individual, this is a cause that is very important to me. So I am honored to not only be participating in this marathon, but to be participating in such a featured spot. That's really cool and kind of surreal.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
mean, y'all raise so much money for this game too, so it's like, whew.
It's a good run.
It's a good run. It
It's
deserves
such a good run.
This game is probably my favorite speedrun of this year, which is crazy to say because there have been so many good speedruns from this year. But yeah, we're coming out of the cutscenes now. They sit around like saying yes to each other, and I'm like, yeah, mood, honestly.
Yeah, they spend like 20 seconds just like agreeing with each other, and it's like, can I play the game, please? This is
Yeah,
the
it's
only
awesome.
bad part about
God.
the run is these cutscenes.
Yeah, thankfully it's like fine. The crew battles used to be kind of our downtime, but then we started needing to get zip storage during them. So now this is our downtime, especially with Turbo. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
But story
Thankfully,
stuff.
There's only
go
one
ahead.
more long cutscene, and I don't know if
Yeah.
we have time to explain story stuff because we have to start talking about Milky Way, which is another
True.
really, really important, ridiculous zip. It's called Milky Way because someone named Milky found it.
Yeah, we
I
have
have
fun names
kind of-
here.
We do. I have kind of a unique setup that not a lot of people do. I
Oh,
get
what
up
are you
on
doing?
Here and then
What are you
try
doing?
to- First try.
What's that?
It works.
Yeah,
If
so-
that's what it is. It works.
I mean, true. Wow, you're not even dismounting to keep your speed. SMH,
I
big
should be.
speedrunner.
It's fine.
But yeah, that's Milky Way. Shout out to Milky who found that it's pretty useful for a like long running sequence. You just have to get to the exit of Versum Hill to get here to Millennium Square. We've been in Square before, and we've gotten almost all of the rep here. We just need to spray this 1-4 that eluded us.
For some reason, a cutscene is going to play, and that turns me around, so I'm actually going to hold back and then mash. There we go.
Let's go.
Mash air dash.
Yeah, so this is the Eclipse. The Eclipse are going to be our second crew that we need to fight over in Brink Terminal, but they show up in Millennium Square first. So we need to get a bunch of rep and scare them back off to Brink Terminal. And in order to do that, we do canonically have to swap to a woman. Unfortunate.
Good RNG, let's go. Save 12
Good
years.
Bell RNG, let's go! Yeah, this is teaching us how to swap characters. The game makes us go out of our way to swap, which is slow, but what are you gonna do? Story sequences. Shout out to Rando, which you can get stuck there for like upwards of 30 minutes
Yeah,
meeting a female character. It's great. This game has a randomizer. It's very cool. We've been playing it a lot recently because of the advent of Discord servers. Whoa. Are you gonna go for the zip? Let's go.
I got like a mini
You kinda got it. It was like a small one.
That was way faster still than just walking there, so I'll take it.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're in Brink Terminal now. We're gonna be as Belle for quite a little bit, and we're gonna meet the person with the biggest gat in Ohio. I'm so sorry.
What? First
Solus.
words did you just? You know what? I'm gonna stop acknowledging it.
We're gonna move on from it, but Solus there just chills in the dumpster. Because he gets bullied by Eclipse. It's okay. So we gotta take him out. Revenge.
Oh, that fit perfectly over that one. That was great.
But yeah, this little challenge teaches us how to get a combo. So you know what? Let's talk about combos. If Helix, you wanna talk about it?
Yeah. So what I'm doing
vile
right now-
description of Solus. Everyone's so mad at me.
What I'm doing right
sorry,
now
chat.
is I need to get a 5x multiplier, and the way you get multipliers is by hitting hard corners, so any corner that's like a 45-degree angle or more. If you lean into it, you get a combo. You can also get combos by going up quarter pipes, which is probably the most rare way to get combo multipliers, and also
Hitting billboards, which we're about to do.
I don't know why that just slipped my mind. I'm trying to play the game.
It's okay. I would have like called them zips if I was playing right now. You're fine. We're doing a zip off that truck, which just so happens to count as a billboard, so you can wall ride it. And then we're heading over to the docks here. We have 3 unique routes that we can do. Yeah, I guess 4 technically. There's a new one, but it's kind of slow.
Get off the fine. You know what?
Belle
Fine.
really likes this rail. It's okay. But this one is called the docks route. The reason that we go here is kind of similar to the train route from Versum Hill. There's just a lot of rep localized in this very tiny area, so it just minimizes travel time between each spray. It also has some very valuable sprays and XLs and larges that we can just easily get. So we come up to this area and hop on down through the pipe. For a second I was like, whoa, Helix, they're gonna activate the control panel. Whoa! Don't worry about it.
Out here playing rando.
Right.
I'm gonna accidentally go get like a rando check or something. I'm playing too much rando.
Awful. Yeah, it's fine, me too. But yeah, we just get a bunch of rep from there, and that puts us at the rep that we basically need. We're gonna pick up a few during challenges, because it's basically always fast to pick them up during challenges, since we gotta be there anyways, right? But this challenge here wants us to get 25k. It's so easy that a baby could do it. And then
what I just did wasn't the way I did it wasn't easy. The challenge is easy.
Okay, that's true. That challenge does mess me up.
I did it in under 5 seconds. Doing that is really hard.
I'm loving seeing the notepad emotes, and then the truck is the billboard. Okay, got it. In chat, you guys are so funny. Anyways, I'm gonna do a zip off that little billboard there over to our next and last challenge. This one just wants us to get a combo of 3 times on these rails. The funny thing is that the game doesn't check what rails you do it on, so I think, yep, you're gonna go over to this rail, which the game does not want you to do, and then just fall off immediately right here. And that stops the challenge. One thing you'll see sometimes is that after a challenge's goal is complete, it takes a few seconds to load out of the challenge. It transitions us out with like black screen and stuff. So we'll get sprays occasionally during that downtime and do maybe a zip storage setup if we can. Stuff like that.
It's really nice.
Might as well use the time.
It's really nice because it warps us back to the start of the challenge after that, so we can essentially get something that's out of the way and then just have it warp us back.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's a
exactly.
detriment, because if you miss what you're going for and then you get warped back,
Oh god,
that's
yeah.
not fun. But usually
That is not
it's
fun. You'll see
usually we
that
can use it.
later. Hopefully not, though. You might see it. Hopefully not. In a future area. But for now, we're in the sniper fight. I forget this guy's name.
Yeah, sure.
Etcher, yeah. Escher wants us to hit him. He wants to kill us. He will be successful later on. As
Yeah.
a little spoiler alert.
That's true.
He wants to kill us, and he's also a robot head. But we just gotta hit him on the head. So bring out the spray bottle. Spray him like a cat.
Hey, and thanks
get
so
back.
much to that raid from Games Done Quick. We really appreciate that.
Oh!
Just wanted to
Thank
let you
you.
know that the Fastest First Fall Fest 2023 is once again raising money for Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is the nation's only crisis and peer support hotline staffed by trans people for trans people. 2023 has been a harrowing year for trans communities everywhere, with an unprecedented amount of anti-trans legislation, violence, and other acts on basic rights and dignity of trans individuals. Trans Lifeline needs our help to meet the rapidly increased demand for services, and we hope that you can consider supporting their life-saving work with a donation today. For more information, please visit www.translifeline.org/hotline.
I'm
Hell
GDQ
yeah.
staff, so what's up, GDQ? Hi, friends.
Hello, friends.
Yeah. Let's
Very
go.
well timed raid.
Yeah.
So
I
we
mean,
gotta
you guys
explain
are seeing the
Escalator that
best speed
happens.
run. Yeah, we do.
I'm
Here,
actually gonna go
we can do it again.
So, yeah.
Why not? Yeah, so after the sniper fight, right before GAQ so rudely interrupted us,
For shame.
for shame. we get spawned here at this billboard, and what we can do is just fall right on it. It's great. And then we hit the staircase here, and that sends us launched up to a tower on the opposite end of where we just landed. And at the top of that tower is where we meet the
That one.
Eclipse for the crew battle.
That one
We've
above my
already
head.
cleared out the crew battle, yeah. We've already cleared out the crew battle, but as a community favorite, Helix has decided to finish a dog percent run. That is in fact time for dog percent. This isn't an actual category. We haven't done this, so you know. We should do this. I think it'd be interesting.
We have
Another
category
chapter
extensions, why
one.
not?
Another
There's no reason
chapter
not to.
1 IL. Great. But yeah, we got the dog percent. Shout out to Storied and Splatipus who have this as an emote in their Twitch channels. It's great.
It's even better because the song kind of sounds like it's saying "Fear the dog."
So true. But yeah.
So we
We
have
just got
another
a
dream
vibe.
sequence coming up real soon here. This one is entirely movement. There are no billboards, so we can't zip anywhere, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, the devs decided to be unfriendly to us, so we don't have a Nightmare. We don't have Nightmare 2 here. We'll have Nightmare 2 later, and Nightmare 3 already exists, but you don't see it in this run. So
we
this
have Nightmare
game,
2 at home.
We have Nightmare 2 at home. Yeah, I do live in a mall. I am cockroach. Do you? I don't know. Do your malls have cockroaches? Mine do.
Probably.
I feel like this is taking a weird turn.
And in other news, for the first time ever, we are offering a grand prize to donors during Fall Fest 2023. Anyone who donates $50 or more over the course of the marathon will be eligible to win a Nintendo Switch OLED console and a copy of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This prize bundle was funded through direct contributions from the members of the Team Fastest Furs leadership team. Use the command !prizes in the chat for more details on all our amazing prizes, and remember, trans rights are human rights.
Trans rights.
So true.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for cutting me off.
You're welcome. It's like
you know what else we
every-
can plug? You know what else we can plug? The shirt. There is a Bomber Cyberfunk inspired
True.
shirt.
You
Exclamation
should
point
pick it
merch
up.
if our host has a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I do know here that we are teaming with Walking Dog Records, and that we're also teaming with it's Timberwolf Trading is doing our shirts this year. So if you hit !merch in the chat, you'll be able to see our 4 custom shirts for 2023. Proceeds from those shirt purchases will go directly to help fund future events. So thank you for that.
And
Yeah, it's
there
a very
is-
good shirt. It's a great design.
It's so good. There is Dream 2. We have one more cutscene, and then we're pretty much done with long unskippable cutscenes, thankfully.
Yeah.
But coming up next, we are going to go into a mall, which is
Ooh, boy.
another just
It's a
ridiculous
lot.
part of the run. There's no
All
part
of
of
this
run that
game
isn't
is kind of
ridiculous
ridiculous.
anymore.
Chapter 2 used to be like super vanilla until Doc's Route, and now Doc's
Ever,
Route has just ruined it.
ever since we overhauled Chapter 2, this run is just ridiculous at every single
Non-stop.
turn.
Yeah, no, it's pretty wild. It's awesome though.
I'm actually happy about it, because I used to not like Chapter 2.
I mean, I still don't like Chapter 2, but that's just because of Dream 2, not anything else. I also haven't learned Doc's Route, so like, you know.
Doc's Route is sick. Unfortunately, it's like
It's kinda
maybe not
dope.
the best thing to do anymore, because there's a variation of Planets Route that's now really fast, and also you can easily do a backup if you mess it up, so people are doing that now. But I like Doc's Route, because I just really like that area of the game. It's cool.
I also like the docs. They're sick. I remember in the trailers when it got shown off, I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna spend so much time here. Ooh, I hope there's a fishing mini game." There
that'd
is
be
no
great.
fishing mini game.
I mean, hey,
Team Reptile, you know what to do in your next patch.
the modding community
wink,
of this game
nudge, nudge.
is popping off, so maybe
That's
there can
true.
be.
Anyways,
Shout out to the
we're
modders, honestly. The devs
So
really
true.
encourage modding. It's awesome.
yeah, no, this game's really easy to mod, as evidenced by Unity being very easy to mod. Also, here we're going to do a thing called Shallot. We're going to do another one of those slide clips. We've done them a few times in the run. To just hop through the roof and then skip a huge rep requirement check. The mall loading zone there is always available, but in this chapter it gets covered up by the old heads, which are like these old mean people who cover up walls with graffiti, or with speakers. And it's,
Yeah, we're supposed to get more rep to get them to leave, but we don't.
we don't do that.
need
We don't
do
have
that.
Yeah, shout out to the old strat for that, which was doing a zip from a very high tower that if you missed it, you lose a minute. And there's also an invisible wall that you had to go through. Thank
was
God for Shallot.
awful.
It was awful. It was miserable. But yeah, thankfully Mall is wide open to us, and the story progresses as normal. So as soon as we get in here, we meet Vinyl. Vinyl is this person running away on the skateboard, by the way. She will have us go around this first area of Mall,
Whoa.
and oh no, Fall
It's not normal.
Guys, Labao, I'm bringing it back. Call back.
Monkey Ball, Fallout.
Let's go. But yeah, the Vinyl here is just gonna have us chase her around. And we're about to get a pretty cool set of movement here in the first area after we kind of cross these rails and get a big graffiti.
I love this first area of the mall. The movement is super fun.
The movement is so fun. It's unfortunate that there's no like billboards here to zip off. Really, that would like benefit us at least. But it is still really fun. We're gonna come over to the food court just before it plays a cutscene. At the top of this little food court right above us are Vinyl and an old head. It just so happens that if you talk to the old head, you get teleported to the old head. We're gonna talk to them through the roof.
Yep,
That's
you can
right.
do that. It's pretty cool.
You just do that. You
That's
try
kinda
that
what
at
I did
home.
with Eclipse at the end of Chapter 2 as well, to start the crew battle.
Oh, let's go.
Try
First try
Face
Face
Slam.
Slam. Let's go.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah, so after talking to the old head through the roof, you talk to Vinyl to start a quest, which we have to spray a switch to open up the next area of Mall. In order to get to the switch and also get more graffiti on the way there, we do a trick called Face Slam, where we just run face first into a fountain.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can just
we
kind of.
clip out
Oh,
of
that
bounds
wall
here.
doesn't have collision, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Swish Clip.
That was not like a 30 FPS thing. That wall just doesn't have collision.
Yeah, it's great. That jump is hard, by the way. It is Face Slam is difficult.
Yes,
it can take a few times.
You're not
and you
supposed to
lose,
get
like,
up there this early.
decent chunk.
And there
Yeah,
are like
no.
3 different ways you can get up there. They're all hard.
Yeah, all 3 of them are hard. Face Slam is the fastest, so if you hit that first try, that's like 2 or 3 seconds, probably like close to 5 seconds faster than the other methods.
I think
first
it
try.
even saves time second try.
Yeah, I think so too, but it's like ridiculously precise.
Yeah, it is.
Thankfully, coming out of the first area, we have enough rep to instantly start the first challenge of .exe. .exe is the crew in Mall. It's a lot of people's favorite crew because look at them. They got 8-ball heads. It's so cool.
What I did there was set up a zip for zip storage, which I'm going to try to keep through pretty much the rest of Mall. Which means
Yeah.
I am going to be avoiding billboards for the entire rest of Mall.
Yeah, it's worth noting that you can't like save a fast zip storage forever. Theoretically you could, but if you touch a billboard, your zip storage gets overwritten by the speed that you leave that billboard at. So if you jump off of a billboard just normally, you get about 13 speed storage. That's useless. We don't want that.
Yeah, 13
So,
speed is pretty slow.
it's
For reference,
very
boosting gives you
slow.
15.
Yeah.
So it would be slow.
I thought it was 17. No, that 17 is
15.
hard corners.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, I had to be really careful for the end of that challenge. You need to get 50 tricks, and if you drop the combo at like 49, you lose all of that time.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it's
like a
happened
40
to pretty much
time
everybody
loss.
on PB pace. It is awful.
Oh, it's a rite of passage to miss the combo.
It's one of the most tilting things in the game. In
Yeah.
my humble onion.
So true. This is the fish challenge. We just have to go across this these little fishies. There's a strat here called Fish Gap. It's difficult, so Helix is not going for it.
It's
Rightfully
difficult,
so.
and it doesn't actually save that much time because then you need to make up that graffiti that we spray on the land. Which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. If that graffiti wasn't there, I would go for it every time.
So I'll jump
Thankfully,
in here and
the-
just do a couple quick donations. We have a donation from Anonymous for $7 with the comment of Tech Crew graffiti the layout. That's an interesting
Good.
proposition. Yes, Radius with a $1 donation. Thank you for that. And another $5 from Anonymous saying, I am also lying about $5. We do currently have an incentive open for Kirby's Dream Land 2 upgrade to the best ending. Every donation you make, you can just click on putting towards that incentive because we would love to see that later.
Shockwave, do it. Graffiti the layout.
Do it. Graffiti the layout, please. The runner's asking
We
for
cause
it.
problems here
Runner's
in
asking for it,
Walmart
make it happen.
Cyberfunk. Anyways, we have a quick 100,000 challenge. It's, again, baby easy. It's not that bad.
100,000 points sounds like a lot if you haven't played this game. If you
It's
have played
not.
this game, it's really not too bad.
You can get like 6 million in 3 minutes in Hideout alone. It's awesome.
The scores in this game are ridiculous because you can just rack up multipliers and then do a bunch of boost tricks. Boost tricks give you a lot of points. Essentially, you just press boost and trick at the same time. They're awesome. Graffiti also gives you points, which is how I was able to complete the 25,000 challenge so quickly back in Chapter 2. It also did help with that 100k.
Yeah, you only had 2 multipliers that you hit anyways, so it's like, that's not a whole lot, but thankfully Graffiti and boost tricks make up most of the legwork there.
Oh, yeah.
This challenge is just getting all of these little boost charges. Boost charges refill your boost, thankfully, so we just use all our boost while going to this challenge and right before this challenge, and we just get it all back. It's free.
And now we have some cops to fight here. The funny thing about that is you can knock them into the air and just spray them with graffiti. So I'm going to try to get as many clumped together as possible so I can hit as many as possible in one spray.
Yeah, so these, I think 10 cops, I believe.
Yes, it is 10.
You can knock them all up and hit something that we call a Super Carson, and you'll see a non-Super Carson here soon. That is... Oh!
That's not going to give me it. Oh, no! So close.
They were just behind the camera. Yeah, so...
That's so good, though.
Super Carsons are very difficult. I think, like, 4 people have hit them before. I don't know. Like, it's hard.
It's really hard.
Anyways.
I mean, for
The
somebody that
natural
doesn't
response.
play, though, that looks so dope. That was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
just
gonna see a
knocking up the
regular
cops.
Carson in Chapter 4, most likely.
Yeah, if regular Carson, the regular Carson is very pretty easy now. We have a setup for it.
Yeah.
But those 2 tricks are named after Kit Carson, an old runner of this game. He was the first one to do it in Pyramid.
This
And
game is like 3 months old and we already have old runners.
So true. Also, we beat up that mech real fast. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The natural response to kids spraying graffiti is to call a mech.
Yep. Do I have enough speed here? I do.
I
Let's
sure
go.
do.
That's
That
zip
was,
storage.
mall
That was
clip.
the zip storage that I got way earlier. So yeah,
Yep.
that was mall clip. You can actually just clip through the wall there with enough speed and jump over to this portion. Normally you have to take like a whole minute or so and just go down this long tunnel, the same one that the slide challenge was at, and it takes forever. But or you can just get a zip and do what I did, which is also really, really cool.
Yeah, it's great. This game has so many cool like wall clips. Shout out to 2 mellow%, by the way, which has probably my favorite one. I don't know if we can get the 2 mellow disc during this, but
I
that'd
usually
be
do.
that'd be dope.
If I get
Let's
lucky
go.
with the zip, they usually do.
I mean, you can just do the boost trick off the vent as well. That works.
Yeah, that's usually what I end up going for.
Yeah, gotcha.
I just need the zip to not like completely destroy me. We're talking about a zip because I'm gonna set up a zip storage at the end of this tunnel here. I've already beaten the score once again.
Yeah, again, these crews are ridiculously easy. And honestly, better for it. Randomizer that we were talking about earlier has an option for harder crew battles. They are absurd.
They're very hard. They're also really fun.
They are.
Oh, what is going on here? Okay.
Alright, so this is the billboard we're going to set the zip storage off of. The zip storage, most of the time, puts us through a wall or two, because it's that fast. Yep, you can see Red just launch into the wall and go right through it.
Yeah, so it's oh, how much is it? I think it was like 140.
Pit stop at wiener%.
No.
No, okay, dog percent or wiener percent is a good compromise.
Oh no, guys, it's happening. Graffiti's starting to appear on the street.
Oh no.
Good.
We did it. We
Yep,
did it, chat.
here it comes.
Oh yeah, I see it.
You see it? Cyberfunk,
Yep.
Great. I love it.
Let's go.
Mellow collected. For some reason, I didn't get the message on the phone. Oh,
It's
that's
because
another
PBR
thing.
breaks the phone.
Yeah, PBR just completely breaks the phone.
It's great. You have a
you
little flip phone you can use, and it's broken.
You skip the cutscene where Belle gives you the phone, so the phone is it just doesn't work properly. It comes up sometimes. You saw me use it earlier in chapter 1, but I cannot bring it up myself. I have to have like a text message or a collectible bring it up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we are now getting into Dream 3. This is where we will do Nightmare 2.
Wait.
First, we gotta get through
No,
this.
no fins.
Oh, yep.
Wait, guys,
Have the fins
have the
been damp
fins
lately?
been damp lately? Very important question, chat.
what's
We're gonna
the-
need
what's
your
the answer?
answer.
We have time for this. It's fine. My
We have
estimate
time.
is
Very
actually
generous.
kind of high. So yes.
They're saying yes.
First thing I saw was yes. That's great.
First thing I saw was yes.
There's
That's
a lot
great.
of there's a lot of yes, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. The fins are damp. Congrats, everyone. And then we're gonna come over to this little yellow billboard for Nightmare 3, or Nightmare 2. Helix does a setup with Red here. I believe I also do this setup. And yep. Launch off this.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Nightmare 2 is very hard as well. There's some precise
Yeah.
movement that goes into that.
I think it's harder than Nightmare 1. I'm still
For
relatively
sure.
consistent with it, but it is always very stressful because if you miss it, and there are multiple
If you miss it,
failure
that's
points,
like 2 minutes time
Yeah.
loss instantly. There's a backup for that specific setup in the old Nightmare 2 setup, but it's very difficult as well.
Anyway, Red is dead.
Ed is dead. He gets a bullet through the brain in this chapter, and I'm not kidding. So we gotta go fix him.
Well, not through, but it's not good.
It's
We'll
through
say
his
that.
it's through his robot head,
That's
which
true.
is, I mean, basically his head. Yeah. So we gotta go fix him. So we're gonna go on a quest.
Yep.
With the Flesh Prince. He's the crew leader of the Franks that we met in chapter 1. And we gotta
Excellent
like
car
go
boost.
all around to talk to a bunch of Franks and meet him. Also, sick car boosts. You can boost off of the cars in this game because they just give you a bunch of speed. It's awesome. Helix, I think you're going the wrong way. That you're going to Pyramid.
No, yeah,
What?
yeah. I'm going to the Flesh Prince. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll trust you. I'm gonna
It's-
trust the
it's-
process.
Look. Flesh Prince is going for a swim. I gotta meet him there.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's fall. I feel like the time for swimming is kind of past us. But
Oh,
you
wrong
know
period.
what? Sure. Oh. Well. Okay, I guess
Well,
we're
I
not
guess
meeting
since I'm
the
here, I
Flesh
might as well.
Flesh
Sorry,
Prince. So Red will remain dead. In case the acting was so good that you couldn't tell, that's a trick. That's Flesh Prince skip. We are going to skip onto the island, skipping the whole quest line of the Flesh Prince. That trick did not used to be possible, but a patch made it possible. We'll talk about why in just a little bit, because there's something else coming up in this chapter. Helix is going to spray this XL, which will give us 8 rep. And then, as the spray animation is completing, no furt for you right now.
File
We're going to
3.
quit out to main menu. File 3, I was
remember.
just about to say.
We're gonna do
You
this one more time.
remembered! Yeah, so spray it one more time. No more furt. At least for the next, like, 7-8 seconds. What this is doing is duplicating the rep from this XL. So we spray it multiple times, but the game will automatically give you the rep, but there's an animation that plays after, and that's when it saves the rep. You see those little orbs floating at you. That's when the game saves your rep. So we can duplicate it a few times, because it basically instantly gives you it, but just doesn't save it fast enough. We don't do that for all of the rep we need in Pyramid, but it helps a lot with some of the routing here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And a big thank you to Anonymous for a $50 donation to upgrade to Best Ending. That's our final incentive for the Kirby's Dream Land 2, which is going to follow this run. Running out of time, we do need that incentive met before the end of this run so that we can launch it. So feel free to send those donations in.
This run is way closer to over than you think it is. So get donations in.
We have probably about 15, maybe 20 minutes, depending on how things go. So you definitely want to get that upgrade. Best ending, pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I think giving Kirby a good ending is he deserves it.
I mean, agree.
He's a little pink football.
We need to talk about the score battles.
Yes. So these score battles are punishingly difficult. Not because of the score, but because we have to get a certain amount of rep in each one. You may think, oh, it's slower to get the rep here, why not just do it when you're freely roaming and not in a challenge? Well, we gotta run down this timer anyways, because we're gonna be stuck in these score battles until that timer is out. So we gotta waste time between all of our tricks and these graffitis in order to speed up the process of getting rep. So, thankfully, the rep duping that you saw earlier just so happens to be the trick to making these next two score battles relatively easy. This first one is actually the harder of the two. It's still hard, but yes, relatively easier, because they used to be so damn hard. They used to be just awful. And then at the end of the score battle here, Helix is going to be setting up a Death Warp. The whole thing and the whole reason Flesh Prince skip earlier worked, and we're going to see a storage here. It's pretty cool. Keep your eyes out. But the whole reason that Flesh Prince skip worked is because we don't set a respawn point when we initially load into Pyramid. And that allows us to hop straight into the water, and that gives us a default respawn point, which just so happens to be on the Pyramid. How respawn points work is that if you stand still in a certain spot, I guess you don't have to stand still. If you stand on the ground for 2 seconds, your game starts to constantly set a respawn point. So we abuse that here in this race. That Carson, no Carson.
Yeah, they were too far apart. They didn't cooperate. It's alright.
Yeah, the cop AI messed us up. But yeah, if you stand on the ground for 2 seconds, that sets a respawn point, and then when you void out into the water, in this case, that's when you get teleported to your respawn point, and that allows us to skip the race here. For the longest time, we thought that was an auto-scroller, so, you know. Also, hi, Red. He's fine.
Yep.
Flesh Prince was on this island.
So I know everybody loves graffiti because you're watching this game, so we have a new offer from the tech crew here. For every $25 that the total goes up for this incentive, this final incentive that we have, we are going to put another piece of graffiti on the layout. So if you want to smear it up, make it messy, get that graffiti on there, $25 a pop, we will make it happen.
Let's go.
Heed the call.
We have to heed the call. But yeah, small little challenge there, and then we enter into Score Battle 2. The movement that you saw Helix doing before this Score Battle, by the way, is the half pipes give you a certain amount of speed when you dismount, or when you go off of them, so we slide off of them real fast to get some speed going into this Score Battle, and then we just get on and off the wheels that we have. I'm seeing from the Discord server that we're calling this Funny Dismount Spams to Maintain Speed, or FDS TMS from now on. Sorry, chat. But, yeah, that's what the funny little bike dismounting constantly was. And now Score Battle 2 is relatively nice, again, compared to the previous route for this. We are going to spray a bunch of graffiti up here in the lab.
Setting a Death Warp right here.
Set the Death Warp for the crew battle after this, and then just get more rep We're gonna fall onto the little coil here.
This
then-
doesn't look like it would, but it actually gives you a whole bunch of multiplier.
Yep.
So we're gonna use that to our advantage.
Yeah, that gives us the
wrong
score
spray.
that we
Whoops.
need for this.
Accidentally did an
Oh,
alternate
you
spray
see
there.
a default spray. Oops. I guess one thing we can mention real fast is that occasionally, when you spray graffiti, you'll want to do a spray pattern that you haven't done since loading into this level, because every pattern that you spray, for the first time you spray it in a given area, will give you some extra boost. And we use that sometimes to get some extra boost, and fill up on that boost, because boost is important. Fun fact, it makes you go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
god,
never- I
it's
never
time
cut
to
off
start
the-
messing up the layout too. We've got
Oh, let's
Street
go.
Raj with $25 in. That's going to be a piece of graffiti on the layout. Dwarven with $15. DJ Cyber, no, don't turn me into marketable plushies. I love that. And then Pestilence with $25. Trans rights, let's go. That's 2 pieces of graffiti for the layout. Let's make it happen.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
I have to do. I never did the alternate medium spray. That's the only one I
Oh,
have
yeah.
a custom alternate for.
You can do it. You can do it here.
Yeah.
We're gonna make the
Yeah.
cops MB.
Yep.
Get MB, nerd.
Oh, whoops! That was not the.
That was
the way I wanted to
interesting.
do it. That's okay.
We
Anyways,
have a
Not a big deal.
$100 donation. $100 from Stealthy Dragon. Never heard of a Bomb Rush Cyberfurt, but it's been a really fun run to
Yeah.
watch. Thanks to the runners, hosts, techs, and everyone from this event for supporting such a great cause. Trans rights.
Trans rights.
Followed up by
Alright.
a $150 donation
Jeez.
from Dodecalope. Let's tag this thing up. Boy, I'm not great at math, but that's $250. I think that's 10 if I
Sorry,
did my
tech
math
team.
right. So.
Let's go. All right, so we activated that
Thank
death
you.
warp right after the cops. That was to get to this crew battle.
Yeah, it's Devil Theory here rats us out. They're a bunch of freaks. They
Yeah, we don't-
they rat us to the police.
Yeah,
Sad.
they call the cops on us like 3 times.
Yeah, they're kind of mean.
Bad. Don't like them.
They would be my favorite crew if they didn't do that, but you know,
Yeah.
we need a reason for the cops to be on Pyramid Island. Are you going
have
for the funny?
We have to visit our void out friend.
Hell yeah. So Helix has to get to the top of Pyramid in order to set another death warp. That's right.
See?
And we're gonna say hi to the Devil Theory.
The Devil
Hello.
Theory above my head just voided out and spawned in the default location. I don't know why.
Goodbye.
Yeah, and
Uh,
then it just teleports away.
Yeah, so I think the story there is that the Devil Theory in this crew battle don't actually set a respawn point, so they also get sent onto the default respawn point, and that's why Flesh Print Skip doesn't work in old patches, is because they had to change that, because when the Devil Theory voided out, they would just constantly void out. It was really funny. So that's why they had to change the respawn point, and that's why Flesh Print Skip is real.
Oh, and
love
I'm
Pyramid, by
definitely
the way.
ready to send Shockwave into a panic here. We've got a $400 donation coming in. $400 from Jason LaRose. This was going to be 384 because I like nice round numbers, but I guess we're going base 10 for the graffites. Also
All right, then.
breaking my rule of no feed on stream because you can't have graffiti without feeties. Thank you so much for that generous donation. 400 divided by 25. Somebody else can work that out for me.
Shockwave will handle it, I'm sure.
16, I believe. Anyway.
Wow.
I can do
Math
math,
whiz.
I think, maybe. Look, I also
I
run
can't.
Monkey Ball. We got numbers in that game because pause strats, so it's fine.
I
Anyway,
know,
I'm going to
that's
use
fair.
another Death Warp here. I love Pyramid, by the way. The way it's laid out means you can just zip up at pretty much anywhere you want by using the slopes
Mm-hmm.
of the pyramid itself. It's just so awesome. It's so open
Yeah.
too. I love it so much.
It-
I've spent a
this
long
level
time routing
rocks.
Pyramid.
Yeah, Helix is responsible for cooking Pyramid to the burnt husk that it is now.
Well, a lot of this route, I helped, but a lot of this route right now is Ninja Cookie's doing.
I mean, also true. This whole community has just destroyed this entire game, routing-wise.
Oh, we need to talk about
here?
what I'm doing here.
Yeah, so we're in the DJ Cyber fight. Phase 1 is easy, don't worry about it. What we're doing here is we're spamming the pause menu, because DJ Cyber has a handful of invulnerability frames each time you hit him. However, those invulnerability frames also run out in the pause menu, so we just do a few pauses in order to bonk him on the head a few times, and that's a very fast DJ Cyber fight. The old
It's
strat
time
there
to play
also sucked.
some baseball.
Yeah, chat, get your bets in on what team will win. Will Helix win or will the game win?
I did my best Bites impression. Shout out to Bites.
Shout out to
Second place winner.
Bites.
I'm loving the graffiti.
he's third now.
The placement of the graffiti
Oh,
in
true.
on the layout is fantastic. Helix, you're quite the
Oh,
flirt
yeah.
right now, I do have to say. So,
Oh,
and for
no.
those of you that were excited about best ending for the upcoming run, we have met that incentive
Yes.
for Kirby's Dream Land
Let's
2.
go.
Incentive met. Congratulations and thank you for that.
Anyway, so
We might be
baseball.
here for a minute, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get it because
We have a
what's
generous
the
enough
timer at right
estimate.
now?
It's at 53 minutes. You're fine.
Oh, I have so much
So
time
much
to do
time.
this.
So what you're seeing here is baseball, and the
shot.
reason we call it baseball is actually very simple. We're using this big fan blade. Oh, you get to show cricket, I
I
guess.
can go for cricket now.
We use the big old fan blade there that is spinning very fast, and in order to... Oh,
I got cricket.
you got the cricket. Nice. In order to skip this whole dream, we do something called baseball. The fan blade hits red like a baseball, and that's why we call it that. We have designated first base, second base, third base, and home runs. And if you get to the very top of the pyramid here to spray this graffiti, you get a...
All right, but I really want to show off baseball.
Okay, we're doing it again. If you get to the very top with that graffiti, that's called a grand slam. Helix did an alternative strat
Oh, I'm not gonna
called
make it over there. Well.
cricket. And you'll get respawned at the top, I think.
No, I don't think I did.
Cricket. You did. Cricket is
One
a
more.
storage setup in order to get to the top. If you miss baseball and hit a respawn point, dream respawn points work differently than regular respawn points. If you hit certain flags of the platforming challenges, then that's when you get respawned. But Helix wants to go back and show off baseball. They're a real fan of baseball.
This one will make it.
Yeah, surely. Red is gonna fly over to the beginning again.
This was a bit I talked about on stream where it's like I could just sit back and go for baseball. And I didn't think I was ever
you
gonna
did.
do it.
Nice.
But things have lined up perfectly to where one, this run isn't valid, and two, I have the time in the estimate. And three, I
Yeah.
get cricket and not baseball. So
Helix's second time at the base. Surely this time they'll get a grand slam.
okay, I need to build up boost now.
Yeah.
You need some boost to actually make it up to where we're trying to go, because you have to boost trick, and boost trick actually takes a good chunk of boost.
Yeah. While Helix is getting back to doing baseball, we can probably fit in some time for a quick donation or two. This run is about to end in probably under 5 minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And just wanted to let you know, since we did meet that donation incentive for Kirby's Dream Land 2, we've opened up our last two incentives. One of them is for the Kirby Superstar Ultra Helper to Hero
Got it.
character bid war.
Yes.
You get to pick your character, Ninja, Hammerstone, Copy, or Beam. That would be Biospark, Bonkers, Rocky, Tack, or Waddle Doo. And then there's one other incentive. If you like 100% bloopers, that is now available for Kirby Superstar Ultra as well.
What
Feel
does
free to
that
make a
mean?
donation toward those incentives.
Yeah,
100%
I wanna-
bloopers, all the bloopers.
I want to see the bloopers. Get your donations in.
It's
I
not
can't
95% bloopers, it's 100% bloopers.
Let's go.
I hit cricket and baseball in the same run.
That's so sick, actually. By the way, baseball is the hardest trick in the run.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I
So
can't
hitting
believe I did
baseball and cricket are both wild. Anyways, we're into chapter 5 now, and you might be thinking, Helix, why'd you waste all that time in the dream? You have so much more of the game to go. No, they do not. This is the biggest skip that you're about to see in Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. This is called Updog. Someone do the funny bit, so I can continue explaining this joke.
What's up?
Or this trick. What's up, dog? Not much. Just the end of the run coming soon.
Oh, that's great. I
So-
love it. It's so predictable yet so funny.
Exactly. What Helix is going to do is going to hit a zip off of that billboard, and then boom. we are hitting the final trigger for the final chase sequence before the final boss, because that trigger to activate that sequence is always active. So we are skipping the entirety of Chapter 5.
Yep.
It is a huge skip that is very easy.
This saves like 20 minutes. Probably not quite
It's
that much.
20
but
minutes.
Like yeah, it's a lot.
Optimized matons take 20 minutes.
Time's coming up in about a minute if this goes well, by the way. This is the final boss.
Hopefully. Yeah, so this is Foe. That's right, we're fighting the guy that we were playing at the beginning. How unpredictable. Sorry, spoilers. But you're gonna see him anyways, popping out of his little mech. He's a weird mech monster. We have a setup for damaging all of his weak points. We got a boost into these little squares, I guess. I don't know what to call them. The vents. He's sussing.
Delay that just in case. Okay.
And once we defeat all 6 of his weak points, that's when we can bonk him on the head, and that will be when
crap.
time is. Oh
okay.
no!
Well, now we're off cycle, and this is just
we're on panic
really
mode.
Weird.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to avoid here was this. Foe is now in a attack pattern. These all suck.
Yeah, the attacks that Foe throws out are all just awful.
Yeah, everything has become unpredictable now.
Yeah, the setup that we have is, if you do it well, super predictable. It guarantees a pretty fast kill, and it guarantees that Foe won't attack, which is the more important part, arguably. Because the attacks can make him where you can't hit him. Thankfully, Helix got a pretty good attack.
That actually
wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that went pretty slick.
As far as whoops.
Time is coming up, by the way.
Oh yeah, time's coming up real soon. As soon as I have to wait. Hold on.
Well, you're fine.
Cannot hit Foe when he's doing this. You have to wait. Do not try. You will not succeed.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $100.
Not.
But yeah, we're just waiting for him to finish up this little attack. He's trying to bomb.
And time.
And time.
Sorry.
That's all good. Foe is an unpredictable little dude. So that was Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. I know it came kind of crashing to a halt there. This run is wild. It's very hard, by the way, to play at top level. And Helix, you did a great job showing off all the strats.
That was really fun.
Yeah, that was a great run.
Yeah, this speed game is absolutely incredible. Highly recommend getting into it. I know either we made it sound hard, we made it probably look hard. You don't have to do all this, I promise you. There's also glitchless, like there's 100%, there's a randomizer now, we're working on bingo. Join the community, this game is worth it. It's so unbelievably fun. Also, shout out to the Slop Rush crew, I believe they're called. They do like score battles and stuff, kind of an adjacent community, they rock. Storied will be running this game at AGDQ
World record holder.
Thursday, January, I believe it's the 19th. At like 10 p.m. according to the current schedule.
I think it's the 18th. I believe Thursday is the 18th and Friday is the 19th. But Storied does it like no one else. That guy,
world record holder.
World record holder. I think he's ahead of second place by like 50 seconds or something. It's wild. He's absolutely. I mean, that isn't to diminish first or second and third place either. Bites and Vane have worked so hard to improve their times, and this game just is unforgiving. So a 50 and a 51 are nuts times, but Storied he's going to crush it. Helix and I will be on commentary for that run as well.
That's true.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, for donating, not only for this run, but also for the custom graffiti, and then so much during the run. Thank you, Fastest Furs, for having me. Just such an honor to be in such a featured position. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the run, you can follow me at twitch.tv/helix13_. That's also my Twitter, my YouTube. I'm on Blue Sky at helix13.bluesky. Whatever it is.
Funny extension.
Yeah, Blue Sky doesn't allow underscores, so I didn't get my underscore, and that makes me incredibly sad.
No.
I also speedrun Super Monkey Ball, if you like that. I will be running Super Monkey Ball, the first one, for GameCube, at AGDQ as the second run of the event. So that'll be a good time.
2 Fastest First community members opening the event. You gotta watch
Yeah, because Radicune is first with Tunic.
Yep.
But I should probably wrap it up and get out of here. Thank you all so much. Shout out to the Bomb Rush community again.
Y'all rock.
Shout out to you, Shovel Claus. You did a great job and helped me out a ton on comms. Keep donating, keep watching. And make sure to give the Fastest Furs stream crew, staff crew, some kudos for doing a fantastic job. Bunch of
Yeah,
great
Tech
people.
is killing it. For the third time, chat, goodbye forever.
I'm out here. Trans rights.
Fantastic run, guys. Thank you so much to Helix for that super entertaining run. Thank you so much to Shovel Claws for the fantastic commentary. Never heard of that game before, never seen it, loved watching it. Y'all did a great job. Let's get some hearts in the chat for these two guys. So for those of you joining us, Team Fastest Furs is a community of furry speedrunners that is welcoming and open to all. We are currently hosting 2 charity speedruns per year in the spring and fall, and support ongoing community events throughout the year, such as our Fastest Furs Community Showcase series. Whether you're an active speedrunner or just someone who is curious about the hobby or our events, you can join us on our Discord by using the command !Discord in the chat. And with that, I will be signing off. We've got our next host coming up. This is going to be Captain Kate that's taking over. Before that, we have an interview. I've enjoyed spending some time with you. Have a great rest of your evening, and everybody stay through to the end. Good night.